8 laps complete here in the Dollar General 300. And as you can see, the showers moved back across the racetrack. We thought we were going to have some clearing tonight. We had some showers on and off today. They did get NASCAR Sprint Cup happy hour in, and no one expected this shower to come back across, but they have pulled the cars down pit road. We were working caution flag because of the contact between the 1 car and the 31. Let's listen to the radio here.
Yeah, boy, I don't know what the hell he's doing stopping.
Yeah, he kind of saw what we saw there. He didn't really know what. Jeff Green looked like he was just struggling. I don't know if the car was that loose that he couldn't just get off the corner. You could see the 31 car right here. We heard from Mike Bliss's in-car camera that he was really in and out of the throttle trying to give Jeff every chance he could to get around there.
I'm like you, I believe, Jerry. I think he was trying to get to pit road. It almost looked like he was just completely out of the throttle here.
That car's really moving around there.
Outside, outside, outside. One more outside. Clear.
You know, I thought he was going to try to, because he was having issues, maybe try to get down pit road, not the way he came, though.
Yeah, Mike Bliss was helping him get there a little quicker than he was ready to. But, yeah.
We actually heard him, too, say that they thought they had a flat right rear. So that might have been why he was trying to get down pit road.
I guess probably Jeff Green's the only one that can tell us that if that's what he was doing.
Well, this little rain shower is able to sneak up on us a little bit here. All the forecasts were that the showers would be out. It would be clearing. Maybe this is one of those clearing up showers.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope.
Carl Edwards in the car, currently sitting in 3rd spot. Jamie McMurray has led all 8 laps thus far from the pole. Well, the first caution flag came out on lap 1. Brian Clausen had an issue. Mike.
And Doc, he's just climbing out of the race car right now. Brian, what happened?
Yeah, I don't really know. We were just kind of moving there on the high line a little bit, and got into 1 and 2 there, and it felt like it bottomed out. I guess I'll kind of have to look at it, but it felt like it bottomed out, and then just when the front end finally caught it, just snapped around on me and lost it. We've been struggling all day and made a lot of changes going into tonight, and weren't really sure what we had, and I guess that's part of going out there with not really knowing what you got is making a little bit of a mistake like that.
As you mentioned, you've been struggling all day. Bottoming it out, has that been the chronic problem throughout the course of the weekend for you guys?
No. We've been tight all weekend, and we did some things that to help us turn, and it caused us to get the front end a little bit too low, and we bottomed out during qualifying there, and thought we made enough adjustment after qualifying to fix it, and I don't think we did. So we'll see. We'll have to go back and look at it and see if we actually bottomed out or anything, and look it over and see what exactly happened.
And Doc, this is a tough break for Brian Clausen and this entire 40 team. He spoke with Brad Parrott at the beginning of the weekend, asked him to assess their mile-and-a-half program, and he said, in a word, terrible. This doesn't make it any better.
No, they did have a good run, though, at Kentucky, where he finished 5th on the mile-and-a-half track. Here are the rookie points, and remember, he is the only rookie of this group here that's actually in the field tonight, or was in the field. 1 point back behind Landon Castle, who shares that 5 car with Mark Martin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and others. Clausen having issues. We are under caution now. A red for the 2nd time tonight. Lowe's Motor Speedway NASCAR Nationwide Series action. If you just joined our coverage, we've had 2 laps of green, 2 caution flags, and now a red flag. The field parked on pit road because of a brief shower that's just moved across the track very quickly and dissipated. They're trying to dry the track, and we hope to be able to get these drivers back in the cars here momentarily. Let's check in down on the grid with Shannon.
Yeah, Jeff Burton did get out of his car, but he has gotten back into his car. I got to ask you, 2 cautions in the first 3 laps. You surprised at how aggressive it's been?
I'm not surprised at all. I think it's going to be. I mean, honestly, you got a lot of people up front that want to win really badly, and some people in the back coming that want to win too. So I think it's going to be a really entertaining race. I'm looking forward to it. I think the second groove's going to get good later on tires, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
Now, I probably know the answer to this question, but have you been able to determine anything about your car with this little time that we've had so far?
We're loose, and that's probably a good thing. I don't think we want to be too tight right now. So, and got a little surprised. We got a little bit more travel than I thought we would, and bottomed some stuff out that first time. So that surprised me. Hopefully that won't impede us in what we need to do later on when we put tires on again.
So we might have to come up with some pressures or something, but that surprised me a little bit, but I don't think it'll be a problem anymore, just when you first put on tires.
Now, Dale Jarrett wanted to know if you were having a problem pushing the button here inside your car to talk to him today?
Which one? This one?
Is that the button you're supposed to press to talk to Dale Jarrett?
I don't know. I get confused. I think that's the Dale Jarrett button. I get confused. Maybe it's that one. I don't know.
All right, well, we'll have to put a little name tag on this button for Jeff Burton up there, DJ.
And Carl Edwards, we're just sitting in here listening to the conversation going on. So he's third on the board right now. And Carl, you came over the radio early on. You said it's going to be really important in the pits tonight because you got a good one. How good is your car?
The Scott's winter guard fusion's good. It's hard to tell, though. We just got, 1 or 2 laps at a time there, but it seems pretty fast. Jamie's real fast. It looks like Joey's real fast running that second group. So just excited to get some racing in. It looks like they just gave us a 2-minute warning, so we'll be going back soon. But it's an important race for everybody. Drew's got his family here. Everybody's got their friends and family, and there's a lot of pride on the line here at Lowe's.
A lot of pride, especially for Roush Fenway. They have a lot of wins here. I believe 10. It's entirely more than any other team. And his girlfriend surprised him. His family's here as well. Mike Massaro?
Well, Jamie, after having to go to a backup car because of a qualifying crash, crew chief Trent Owens really didn't know what they had. Now, the driver has a pretty good idea. That's Brian Vickers. How would you describe the race car here early on?
Pretty good. We haven't really had an opportunity to open it up yet and really run hard. But I've been really happy with the car so far. One thing we had to come in and do was knock the valence down. That's not something you would think about, but because this car hasn't had any practice, we didn't really know where to put it.
Well, Doc, as you can hear, the motors have been refired. They're about to go back out on the racetrack, so we'll cut this interview short.
Music to our ears, Mike. They're getting the cars refired. I want to go back to something Jeff Burton said a moment ago, talking about how he was a little bit surprised about how much travel the car had and the air pressures. Is that probably what happened into Brian Clausen? Jeff talked about his car bottoming out going into turn 1.
Yeah, and you'll actually pick up speed when this racetrack cools down. So when you pick up that speed, you're picking up downforce on the race car, and so it will travel more. These guys try to be ready for that, but you don't always get it because that's one, just like what we were asking Jeff, how difficult is it to set that car up for the night?
Well, they're impound races, and that's what we heard them talking about. How you get these cars set up just before qualifying. You have to set them up for qualifying and for racing, and sometimes you kind of miss that just a little bit. NASCAR doesn't let you work on it anymore after qualifying.
They're going to roll them off here momentarily. We're going to get back to racing. Jimmy Johnson sitting there in the car number 5. We'll be back with the green flag in just a moment.
The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues tomorrow night here in Charlotte. The Bank of America 500, ABC 7 Eastern Time. Qualifying rained out last night. Everybody's lined up on points. So Jimmy Johnson's on the pole. Edwards, Biffle, Burton right behind him or next to him as the case may be. It should be a lot of fun. 7 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night on ABC, the Bank of America 500. So kind of a halting start to this race so far. We've had 6 laps and 2 caution flags plus 1 red flag for rain. What do you think the record is for most cautions in one of these 300-mile nationwide series race here?
I have not a clue, and I hope I don't want to find out tonight. What is it?
14 cautions.
Okay.
Wow. 67 of 200 laps under the caution flag.
Oh, man. Wow.
Now, you see a start to the race like this, and you think, it's got to get better, right? But then we've been watching Wall Street for the last couple of weeks or so and keep waiting for that to turn the other way, too. We'll see how many laps they can get going under green here when we get back at it in a couple minutes. You like that?
Well, that turn 4 is what I don't like. I've been watching that turn 4. I'm going, ooh, boy, I don't know. Every time they come through, they're the first 8 laps. Yeah. I'm waiting for them to crash. They have a couple times.
They have. And I'll tell you what now, I'm going to give you boys the hot tip, like stock market here.
Yeah.
The kid in that 18 car is on the move, and he is good.
Wait a minute, you say that every week.
Nice
and you're right all the time, too.
Nice of you to play that long shot, by the way. Go with the winningest driver in the series. Doc, that Brady's always stepping out there on a limb, isn't he?
Yeah, he probably mentions that Earnhardt kid's going to be good, too.
Yeah.
He's got all those revelations. And you saw just a moment ago in the lights, you saw some sprinkles coming down, so some showers have moved back just a little bit here. They're going to keep the cars on the racetrack, see if we can just get this shower to pass over us. Listen in to Joey Logano's radio.
I'll figure out my freaking restart here in a minute. That's 2 crappy ones right off the bat. Get them over with early. Yeah. I'll get the hang of it.
Well, he's trying to figure this restart out. That is tough. Makes it difficult whenever you're at a racetrack for the first time and trying to figure out exactly the speed that they're getting up to. And how quickly you can shift the gears. So learning experience for him. Get this out of the way this year.
You're talking about learning. Jeff Burton talked about the upper groove, second groove coming in. He said, but that 20 car's already found it. So, I mean, is it inexperience on Joey's part that he's already up there, or do you think he's just going to, his car feels good enough that he can just take it up there and try to go by?
Yeah, I think he's just got a lot of confidence in his car and everything. And yeah, he doesn't know that you can't run up there. And what he's seen so far, there's no reason to tell him that he can. He's been awfully fast up there. And what I noticed on these restarts is that high line is what goes right there. You know, we saw the 2 car of Clint Boyer jump down to the inside of Joey Logano and ended up losing a couple of spots before he was able to get back in line.
The second caution flag of the day, by the way, was because the 31 car, Jeff Green, was slowing down and got tapped behind by Mike Bliss. Dave, what was the situation with Jeff?
Yeah, just the Goodyear guys handed me a note because they inspect everything on tires that come off these cars when stuff like this happens, and they found a cut in the right rear tire of Jeff Green's number 31, and that's why he was trying to get to pit road when he got run into.
So we understand why he was weaving back and forth and was struggling to hang on to the car. Cars are on the racetrack, and hopefully this little shower is moving out. We'll get back with some green flag racing. We'll take a break and come back with Nationwide Series action in a moment.